Hey, what goes on, people? People. Hey, what goes on, people? It's P.O.W. the producer with the
P.O.W.
Geeks Music Group, TV. So today we're going to talk about cheat codes for trap music. Let's get it. Okay, so first things first. The one thing that I would advise to everyone is to get organized. And what I mean by getting organized is to actually set up a template for yourself. Previously, what I was doing is I would just make a beat and I would, mix it. And if it turned out good, then I would use those beats as my templates. But you don't want to do that because your stuff kind of sounds alike. Even though we all kind of got our own little thing, you don't want to sound the same every beat. Every time I open up Reason, it's going to look like this. I'm going to kind of scroll through so that you can see. Basically, what I did was I set up all my drums. Whatever drums I think that I was going to use, and this is always changing because you know a template is just that. Like, this is my, I think, 2020 template. Like, every template changes, and this will probably be different. You'll see a whole bunch of different things in this after a minute. The reason why I say you should get organized, though, is because every time you open Reason, it'll already be there for you. It'll already be set. You don't have to pick sounds or think about what you want. I still have to pick sounds here and there. I'm not saying I don't, but it's the devices themselves are already there. I'm not going in and like totally creating a whole new rack. Like, it's already set. Like, there's no point in doing that. It's a waste of time. So what I'm saying is that you should just invest time in organizing your stuff so that later on down the line you don't have to be going back and forth. I do have to give a shout out to Kickback Couture for this because previously, like I said, I was just kind of using beats that I had already mixed that I liked um, as my template. And when she dropped her channel, one of the first things that I remember about her channel anyway was that her saying about getting organized. And every other aspect of my life is organized, and the music part of it actually wasn't. So get organized. It really does help. Like, I make beats way quicker now because I know where everything is at. I just get right to it. Another thing that I think that we can all be guilty of sometimes is overthinking things. Don't overthink it and just keep it real simple and basic, because a lot of the songs that are out that are hot, most of the time they're not real intricate. So just keep it simple because you want the artist to be able to, like, just totally have a whole bunch of leeway on the song and be able to just do whatever they want. Okay, so this is major cheat code right here. Use minor and harmonic minor scales, especially the harmonic minors,
Message.
because a lot of times minor and harmonic minor scales are dark and just kind of sad and can be dramatic. So if you mess with those type of scales, you'll be in there. Another thing that I suggest is that you learn one specific key and scale. And what I mean by that is maybe just like a C minor or even a C harmonic minor. Just learn it, like know it and understand it. I'll show you exactly why I think you should. Okay, let's talk about the difference between the minor and the harmonic minor. And I'm going to use the scales and chords to try to explain it. So I have set up right now C minor. And how I use this is, if I don't know a particular scale or don't work in it a lot, I usually just take where over here where it says chords, the notes, I'll make one, and then the filter notes. What that's for is every time you press on a note that doesn't fit the scale, it won't play. So you will never be out of key, ever. So what I do is, like, say if I want to build a chord using scales and chords, I want to build my own, not just have it set on the, this is usually how it's set, um, just with just a regular chord. So if I hit a key, it's going to play the chord for me. It's going to play 3. And then if I hit another one, yeah, it'll do accordingly. It'll act accordingly. I don't particularly like doing that. First off, I can play a little bit. I'm not a virtuoso, but I can play a little bit. And I also just like building chords because I've learned how to kind of make it feel like I'm playing it sometimes when I just build it. And I had to do that kind of out of necessity because I got a regular gig, and a lot of times I was away from my studio, so I had to utilize my phone. And I talk about my phone a lot. Use your phone. If you have a smartphone, there's all types of apps out there where you can make fire on your phone. Utilize your phone. But back to this. I don't use the chords and scales function like most people do, which is just, use it for the chords and just. I don't do that. I take it to 1. I put it on the filter notes so that whenever you touch one of the notes that doesn't apply, you can hear me tapping, and you can see it's registering on a note that's not there in that scale, and it's not working. But if I tap the C, it allows it. What I do with this is, to give you an example, I'll go in, just bigger, and say I want to set up some chords. I'll start with, let's just start with C since we're doing C minor. What you do when you're building a chord is you skip every note in that scale. So this is one of the notes here. This is one of the notes here. But watch what happens when I try to set it here. Nothing. It's not registering. And you need that because you want to stay in key. So if I was to build a chord, it would look something like this. Skip this one. Go to the next one. Skip this one. Go to the next one. So this is what it sounds like. Okay. So okay, we got our chord. We just kind of build a chord, and then you just keep moving from there to the next chord. A lot of times people might do things like this. They'll take the first note and then they'll move it to something else. Let me see. My bad. already know which keys go where, so I'm already good. This will go here. That one fits. That one fits. That one fits. That one fits. And that one fits. So I'm going to take all these off and just kind of give you an idea of what this is going to sound like. Already it's kind of starting to be something. Do I really like this? Not really, but my point is that you can build your own stuff. Um, and what I did was I just utilized the bass notes first to kind of get it started. The difference between a minor and a harmonic minor is one note. I mean, exactly one note. So let's just go to the harmonic here. It went from this note right here to this one. The harmonic minor is probably the most used in trap. Also, if you want your 808s to sound good, the best keys to use are from D sharp to G. But again, I can't stress enough. Just learn one scale. Start with C even. Start learning that minor scale. And what you can do with it also is open this back up. And then you can control and arrow up and move it to the next actual key. I'm not going to take up much of your time today. This is kind of going to be like a little series, a little cheat code series. The next one will be on drums. Hope this helped. Thanks for watching.